E3 2019 was an interesting year for E3, you know? I mean, we had a lot of really bad press conferences, but then we had some really good press conferences. One thing we can agree, though, is that there are at least 10 really good announcements that deserve to be on this list. So, hi guys, I'm DPX. Welcome to Top 10 E3 2019 game announcements. These are specifically games that aren't out yet. They can have already had gameplay, or had already been revealed, or they can have just been revealed at E3. Unfortunately, as much as I wanted to include it, and I actually almost did include it, no Banjo or Hero in Smash, as well as any DLC for anything else. Anyways guys, let's begin, but before we do so, you know what to do. Be sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications, and leave a comment, and you'll be a loyal subscriber.
I wanted to give to you, in the last part of your notes here, the significance spiritually of the number 10.
Nintendo had a fantastic showing this year with game after game, but one thing that seemed very interesting was Luigi's Mansion 3. It's just really cool to see a new Luigi's Mansion game, since it's not too common. If I want to be honest, that makes the Switch all the more special. I love the visuals here, and the co-op with the multiple Luigis seem really cool. Plus, Gooigi seems like a cool new feature in the game. Weirdly enough, this game had a confirmed release date of 2019, but no specific date.
So they kind of got to get on that soon.
I'd say October, since there's not much it'll be competing with, and I mean, it's spooky. Can't wait. Now this is from someone who doesn't even own an Xbox One, but Halo Infinite just looks really good. I've actually heard some mixed opinions. People saying that this isn't really next-gen looking, as it's supposed to be a launch title for Microsoft's next console, the Scarlet. But to that I say, the game isn't done yet, and you never know. Either way though, I still think you're wrong, and the visuals are absolutely stunning. It's okay though if you think that. I think they just look great. I think the game just looks great, and I'm really excited for this game. I just love to see new gameplay.
So I'm going to be giving this flavor 8.5 out of 10 scoops.
Bethesda had a very disappointing press conference this year at E3.
Everybody could use a little more Doom in their lives.
But they announced two new games, one called Ghostwire Tokyo and the other called Deathloop. Call this cheating, but I'm putting both at number 8. Deathloop has a really cool concept for a game. As you can see in the trailer, Jackson Briggs over here gets killed and killed and killed time and time again, but he keeps coming back. Essentially, from what I got from this, is that you can't die. I really want to know how that'll work in-game. Also, it's being done by Arcane, so it's gonna be great. Then there is Ghostwire Tokyo, in which obviously takes place in Tokyo, and seems that a lot of the population either just died or vanished. It's supposed to be spooky. Not to mention, Ikumi has the right amount of enthusiasm and passion for this game.
We are very excited. Let's take a look. Meet it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
These two games aren't higher though because we didn't really get any gameplay, which is a running theme throughout this whole E3.
36.
Very close, but that's not it. Let's go to Gary the Retard. What number between 2 and 4?
7.
EA had a really bad press conference this year at E3, but pretty much the one game that they had was really good, and that was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. After what seemed to be announced by just some random dude in the crowd at last year's E3, we finally got some gameplay, and people seemed a bit mixed, but I honestly dig it. The gameplay seems to sort of be a mix between Assassin's Creed, which understandably threw some people off, as it seems like a weird fit for a Star Wars game, but I feel it totally works after seeing it. This also takes place in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope, making the stakes kinda high in this game, and you're a Jedi when the Jedi should be sorta extinct, you know. I can't wait, but one thing that's stopping it from placing higher.
And that's EA.
Okay, Mrs. Puff, what's my final score? 6.
I never really cared much about Watch Dogs before. Even when Watch Dogs Legion was leaked and we knew nothing about it, we just knew its name and its existence, I was just like, oh, cool. But after seeing it, I never wanted to play a Watch Dogs game more in my entire life. Without a doubt, the only very good thing to come out of Ubisoft's E3 press conference this year, Watch Dogs Legion takes place in London, and you can recruit any NPC in the game. And yes, I do mean anyone. You can recruit a dude in a bar, a random kid, Gus, even an old lady who is a retired assassin, which I think speaks for itself. Also, whenever you die, it's a permadeath, but you can change your character. You have an entire list of characters that you've recruited. We even got a release date, being March 6, 2020. Mark your calendar for that.
Oh, chills. Literal chills.
It was number 5. Number 5 is my brother.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Although Bethesda had a very disappointing press conference, they did have Ghostwire Tokyo, Deathloop, and Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal honestly looks like it can be this year's Game of the Year with added parkour and a lot more satisfying demon killing. Oh my god, this looks so good. And all these enemies look really cool too. They don't even look like Doom enemies. And that's a good thing, by the way. This was definitely the highlight of Bethesda's E3 2019 press conference. But it's just not higher because we already knew quite a lot about this game before this press conference. We still got a release date though, November 22nd, 2019.
7, 5. Number 4.
You know when you hear a rumor that is just way too good to be even remotely believable, but then that rumor turns out to be true? Well, I think The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 falls into that boat. I still can't even believe that there's actually going to be a sequel to Breath of the Goddamn Wild. This soon at least, though it was probably going to happen eventually, and it's probably not going to come out till, I'd say, like 2021, maybe 2022. And it might not even be called Breath of the Wild 2. I still cannot believe this is happening, especially considering how long it took for the first Breath of the Wild and the development hell that game went through. This game makes the list for shock factor alone. Avengers Endgame absolutely murdered the box office and is starting to catch up to Avatar. So I thought it would make sense, so much sense, to finally show the Avengers game that was revealed back in 2017 and show what they did. The stakes seem to be kind of high as the Avengers are sort of questioning themselves, and it looks very crisp and fantastic. I've heard some mixed opinions about the leaked gameplay. Apparently there was gameplay that was leaked, but I haven't seen it as I think it might have been deleted off YouTube or something. But it seems like there were little snippets of gameplay within the trailer, and I think they're really cool. I would say that the characters do look stupid, most notably Thor and Black Widow, but I'm sure the game will be a blast nonetheless.
What kind of pencil do we take again?
Number 2. Take a number 2.
Looks like you took a big number 2.
I think it's absolutely insane how little we've gotten on the Final Fantasy VII Remake from when it was announced at E3 2015 to now, 4 goddamn years later. But here we are, and oh my god! This is what kicked off Square's excellent press conference, and what a good way to do it. We got a boss fight that just looked great too. It's supposed to be only 5 hours long though, but that's just the one disc. Yeah, the game is supposed to be on 2 discs, and however, the one disc 1, is only 5 hours long, yeah, but is supposed to be 50 gigabytes, so just find it amazing how little we knew about this game. We didn't even know if it was even gonna come out until just like a month ago. And now we have a goddamn release date, March 3rd, 2019, and considering how that's just 3 days before Watch Dogs Legion, that's gonna be a hard month when it comes to your wallet. Before we get to number 1, let's look at some honorable mentions, and there's a lot of them this time, so skip to this time if you don't want to sit through the whole thing. After breaking down what I have and what I haven't put on this list yet, was it that much of a question about what was going to be number 1? If you're still unsure, I'll give you a hint. It's really breathtaking.
You're breathtaking!
Cyberpunk 2077 is another game that I never thought was really ever going to come out, or at least not come out to the year 2077, and we actually got this game revealed before Final Fantasy VII was revealed. But oh boy, this game looks gorgeous. I also love the atmosphere in the trailer, and the city, I think it just looks plain awesome. I was a bit skeptical of the first-person action at first, but I do think CD Projekt Red can absolutely pull this off. I can't wait for its release date, April 16th, 2020. Not to mention, Keanu Reeves. So that would be it for this top 10. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? I know I picked some things to be on this list that a lot of people didn't like. Like, I know there's been mixed feelings about Avengers, and about Halo, and about Star Wars. I think they all look great in my opinion though, but I want to hear your opinion. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And see ya.